An idle mind is the devil's workshop. Idle hands make fretful minds. People who are bored usually find ways to be a nuisance. These quotes call to mind the advice for teachers, which generally goes something like, if you don't find something constructive for children to do, they will find their own things to do, and they will be destructive ones. Unfortunately, this advice generally leads to fully packed schedules where young children are whisked from one teacher-led activity to the next over and over again, every day, all day, whether they're ready for it or not. But is an idle mind truly the devil's workshop? And does this fast pace actually eliminate challenging behaviors? Hello, I'm Nicole Gervais-Frabel, and this is Wildwood Teaching. And today, I want to unpack this popular advice for the classroom and behavior management and put in my own blog for the idea of slowing down to help children regulate their behavior. I mean, in general, people need downtime for their mental and physical health. These slow moments, particularly ones in nature, lead to better memory retention, stronger immune systems, just general less stress and more happiness. So kind of like think about how you feel when your days are overly scheduled and you just have to run from one activity to the next. And now think further about those days when you have no control over your schedule, when it's dictated by your boss, your family, some external force that's pulling all the strings, and you can't even catch your breath. Maybe you're one of the lucky few who have developed excellent coping skills and you're able to take that 5 minutes every day for your breathing and mindfulness reset. But maybe you're more like me. And when you hit those days, you are patient and strong when you need to be. And then you come home and you snap at your partner for some little thing just because your restraint was overloaded and you just couldn't do it anymore. Children are no different, right? You're not having a meltdown or making your body limp or refusing to move. Well, actually, you are, right? You are having a meltdown only on an adult level. Or if you're not, it's because you've developed those coping skills. Young children, they don't have any coping skills, right? They haven't developed those strategies. So when we don't allow them time with their own thoughts, to choose their own adventures, to go in a direction that their brain is telling them to go into, their stress level is going to build and build and build until it releases in a behavior that adults don't want to see. And throwing activity after activity at children and continually asking them to stop one thing and start another, it's counterintuitive, right? This is not how they are going to learn how to self-regulate. We are actually maximizing the number of transitions that children have to manage throughout the day, and we know how hard transitions are. So why are we creating more and more of them? We are creating many different periods throughout the day where young children are expected to do nothing but wait. Wait until everything is cleaned up. Wait until your friend is done with their activity. Wait until we're all done with this until you can do the activity that you are looking forward to. Wait until later to run and move and use your voice. Wait until we are outside later. Right? And I'm going to be honest, truthfully, many of these activities that we are continually running children through are completely meaningless. Either because it's just busy work, right? We're doing it to keep children busy so we won't have behavior problems, or because it is built on adult standards, adult themes, something that we thought is interesting as opposed to something that the children themselves are interested in pursuing. Or maybe it's meaningless, and this is a big one here, just because we are not allowing enough time for it to be meaningful. Right? In order to go deep with something, in order to learn, in order to grow, in order to follow your curiosity, you need time. You can't be going from activity to activity because then you never have that time to focus, to engage, to self regulate, to be interested enough in it, to discover something new. Right? Young children are very present focused. This accelerated pace, right? We've got to get through it and go to the next thing, the next thing. That's future focused. That's an adult thinking about what comes next. Children aren't thinking about what comes next. And so this accelerated pace is not at all developmentally appropriate. Children need the time. And here's the thing, I think that sometimes we mistake slow for boring, right? There is a difference between boredom and slow. I am not at all suggesting that we sit children down in an empty room and then just stare at them for 6 hours every day. It is our responsibility as teachers to provide stimulating environments for children. It is children's responsibility to interact with that environment in a way that matches their interests, in a way that challenges them, in a way that allows them to grow. It is our responsibility as teachers to observe how children are interacting with that environment and to facilitate interactions that lead to learning and growth, to bring things into the environment, to have conversations with children about what they are thinking. And the beauty of a natural environment is that it is constantly changing. So there really isn't that much that we as teachers need to bring into it to make it stimulating for children. It's going to change on its own. Children are going to discover new things that keep it stimulating. I'm going to end with a little quote from naturalist John Lubbock. He said, "To lie sometimes on the grass under trees on a summer's day, listening to the murmur of water or watching the clouds float across the sky is by no means a waste of time. Slowing down to match the pace of childhood and the pace of nature is a gift that we have the power to give to young children. One that allows their bodies and their minds to develop and learn. It allows us to prepare them for the future while remaining firmly grounded in the present." Be sure to join me here next week for another episode of Wildwood Teaching, when I will be talking about some of the other gifts that nature-based teachers can give to children each year. I will see you there.